FA Cup final. And Hatchin! What a magnificent goal!
Good evening. Welcome to All Things Sky Blue match preview against Norwich City. I haven't got my normal co-host with me. He has got work commitments. So shortly, I will bring in Jez and Oliver on from Beyond the Barclay podcast. Just remember where you can find us, though. It is scrolling down at the bottom. We're available on X or Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. If you like watching what we do, please go and like and subscribe. If you like to listen to us rather than watch us, we are available on a podcast as well. So please go and rate us 5 stars. We're sponsored by Right Steel Fabrications. He can do steel fabrication work up and down the country, but mainly the Coventry and Warwickshire area. We're partnered with the Sky Blue Tavern and Dylan's Brewery, and we've also teamed up with the Sports Social Podcast Network and Sky and Friends Dog Walking and Pet Sitting Services. So, on that note, let me bring my guests in. Good evening, Jez. How you doing?
Hello. Not bad. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Not too bad at all. And Ollie. How you doing, Ollie?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Look, I will confess something, guys, to those that are watching and listening. I forgot to press record the first time, so we've done this again, so my apologies. I can't keep it a secret. I am going to look like a fool, but there you go.
Luckily, only we were a minute in, Stuart, and we didn't do the whole thing before.
I know, mate. I know. Thank God for that. I know. Yeah. And the intro worked a little bit better as well. It did drop in and out a little bit, but it was a little bit better. So thank you very much for that.
No problem at all.
Guys, thank you very much for joining us. It is much appreciated. If you can just let us know what you guys do and where we can find you.
Go on, Ollie. All yours.
Yeah, so Beyond the Barclay and all social medias, we're pushing to 1,000 followers on TikTok. I'll plug that myself because I run that. So if you are on TikTok, go and follow us there. But yeah, a Norwich City fan podcast.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you very much. So let's get into it. 1-1 draw at our place last time round. And I know I mentioned it on your podcast, and I'm definitely going to mention it on mine. And that's the time wasting.
Yeah.
Utter ridiculous and embarrassing. You went 1-0 up, and that was it. You just sat back. Your time wasted for every throw-in, every corner, everything that you got. And we absolutely battered you, I must say, on that day. And I don't know how we only drew. I'll come to you first, Jez. How did you feel watching that after you went 1-0 up? Because for me, I know I've said it before, and I'm half jesting, but I'm half being serious as well. It was embarrassing. How did you feel about watching it?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't live. I watched it at home. I think the first 10 minutes you absolutely dominated. I think you definitely had one off the post. I remember that. I think it was from your left back or left winger, and I think that shook the bench a little bit, the Norwich City bench. And I think when we did surprisingly take the lead, I can't even remember the goal now. Was it Kiss? It was Kiscoran, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was a good finish, I remember. And I think after that they thought, oh, well, obviously we don't want the first 10 minutes to happen to us again, so we better try and delay it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it was from an old regime. We've had a new manager since then, and he's come in with the last 2 or 3 months, done a really good job, actually. I think the previous manager said, nothing will change if you sack me. It will still be the same. And I think we were sitting on 9 points when he said that. We're now on 30. So I think that tells you everything we need to know about the previous manager and his tactical philosophies of time wasting. So yeah, I think we got what we deserved that day, which was the last minute equaliser, more than what we deserved.
Okay, fair enough. Now, obviously, Ollie, Jez has just touched on it there. Manning was in charge the last time that you played us at home at the CBS at the start of the season. Philip Clement's come in. What's he done differently? Not necessarily recently, because obviously your form has changed slightly, but as a whole, what has he done differently? Anything, or is it just the players have stepped up, or has he done something different?
Yeah, I think his man management between individuals within the club has definitely improved. I think the players are now in every day, if I'm not mistaken. So under Manning, you could tell there was clear fitness issues under Manning, which was addressed as soon as he came in. He said the squad's not fit enough. We need to be in everyday training hard. But yeah, he's brought players that looked soulless and dead sort of 4 months ago to life. You see that with Slimani. Even Springer, I know he hasn't really got the end product, but he still gives it 100% every time he's on the pitch. But I think his man management and the way he goes about himself is just pure class at the end of the day. So I think that's what's really changed between that Manning squad and this Clement squad.
Okay, fair enough. Now, obviously, we haven't got the greatest record against you guys, and some of the fan base, probably me slightly included in that, is we were so close to beating at your place last year. We haven't beaten you at your place since 2009. That was the last Cov win at your place. I think it was a 1-0 or a 2-1, something like that. It was quite a close game anyway. So we haven't got the greatest record at your place, and you aren't the best at home. So are you slightly worried going into this one, Jez, or are you feeling that off the back of a 5-0 victory against West Brom, are you feeling a little bit more confident now of results of late that might change?
I hate to keep bringing him up because it feels like I've got a bit of a vendetta against him, but Mr. Liam Manning, his record at home was 8 games, 8 losses, no wins, no draws. So that, I think that home record's slightly skewed just because of the 21 point or whatever it is head start that we gave everyone else in the division. That said, we have lost our last 2 at home games, which was Stoke and, help me, Ollie, Watford.
Yeah, Watford.
And I think that they'll be looking to address that. I mean, when I say the last 2 home games, I meant the league, because actually we beat Walsall 5-1 in the cup, which again was,
I did notice that,
albeit a couple of divisions divide. They were doing really well before that game, so I think it was a decent cup result. So I think, in a nutshell, he has improved the team at home, but he does need to address these 2 previous league games, and I think he'll be looking to do that based off the last 2 results.
Yeah, do you think, Ollie, that there might be just a little bit too much pressure at home, the crowd expectation, and away from home, you can kind of forget that, if you like, that expectation, and just play with a little bit of freedom away from home? Do you think that's right in saying that?
Yeah, I think if you look over the course of the season, definitely under Manning at home, the atmosphere was toxic. I remember, I think one night the police had to steward the players and their families to the car park, essentially, because there was protests after the game. So if you take that into consideration, playing at home, there's a lot more pressure, and our squad's fairly young as well. So a lot of them players, that will be their first time dealing with anything like that on that level as well. So yeah, I think the pressure at home. Recently, it has been better. I know we have lost our last 2 home games, but I think the reason why we've lost those last 2 home games, if you look at the quality other teams were bringing on at the time from the bench, we lost the game in about the 70th minute onwards, because before then it was fairly even. You look at Stoke, they had the quality to bring on. We had, no disrespect to him because he's played really well, but obviously Tony Springett was the man coming on against Stoke. We just really lacked the quality in the final third of the game as well. So I believe that's why we lost our last 2 games.
Okay, fair enough. Obviously, you've got a few injuries that I've noticed. Now, you may be able to tell me that some of them are back or some of them are still out. But Manarov, Forson, Duffy, Topic, Schlupp, Kranich, and Forsyth. Is there anybody that I've left out? Is there any that's back from injury? Jez, do you want to take that one?
What was the first one? I didn't quite hear the first one.
Manarov. Is it Manarov? I might have butchered that name.
Mahovo, I think.
Mahovo, sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
That's fine. Yeah. It's fine. Because I think I'd struggle with half of yours, to be honest. Yeah, so it's absolutely fine. But no, I think Mahovo is going to be longer term, and then Topic and Sinach are both out long term. I don't think any of the ones that you mentioned there will be back. That said, I think we've halved our injury list in the last month, so we have now got what looks like a squad that we can actually use. So, for example, we've been able to rotate the wingers in the last few games. We've been able to rotate the number 10. We've been forced to rotate the striker because one of them's thrown his toys out the pram and wants to leave the club. So it's So in a nutshell, we've got a bit more of a squad to use than we had previously. But I think the ones you mentioned there are still out, shall we say?
Okay, fair enough. Obviously, going on to transfers a little bit then as well. You've only done the one that I've noticed come in, which is Ali Hamed. I believe he started off quite well as well. You mentioned on yours, which I weren't aware of, Harry Mass, that was on loan at Sheffield Wednesday. Looks like he's coming to you. Might be done in time for our game. Are you happy with that? And what's going on with Sargent? Because obviously we've got the other American that's probably up for that space in the America squad for the World Cup. Haji Wright's just coming back into a bit of form now. He scored 2 in 2. Our 2 home games, 2 home victories as well. So, things are looking up for us a little bit. With players coming back, we've signed 2 players in Mini and Roman Aziz as well. So Roman got his first, not Aziz, Essay, sorry.
Essay, yeah.
He got his first goal against Millwall on Tuesday night, last night. So we're looking okay with Asante coming back from injury as well. So we're starting to look a little bit stronger as well. Would you want to do more in the transfer window? Are you happy with what you've done so far? I'll go with Ollie on that one.
Yeah, I think it's been a slow start, like I mentioned previously, but I think based off the rumours, I think we're being really ambitious, which is good. Obviously, that Bodo Glimt striker, I can't pronounce his name, but he's Danish.
Yeah,
obviously, we were linked with him Tuesday night, I believe it was. And obviously, he scored a brace against Man City, so I doubt that deal's on the cards anymore. But I think based off that rumour, you can tell Sargent has probably played his last game in a Norwich City shirt, so I doubt we'll see him again. Harry Amass looks a promising signing for the second half of the season on loan as well. I'm sure that will be wrapped up before we play you, so I'm excited to see what he can bring. Following on from that as well, I think we do need a number 10. Samani stepped up in recent weeks, but in my opinion, he's not the long-term solution, and he's not a number 10 anyway. I would like to see another holding midfielder as well, because I think one injury to McLean or Matson, and I think we've shot ourselves in the foot really there if injuries were to come about like that, because Topic, he suffered an ACL injury earlier on in the season. So we are without him. Jacob Wright hasn't featured recently at all for us. So yeah, a holding midfielder, a number 10, a left back, which will be sorted hopefully tomorrow. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the way we're progressing in this window anyway.
Okay, fair enough. Obviously, you have just come out of the relegation zone, Jez. You are only 2 points away from going back in it if things do turn for you. Do you think it might be a little bit after a big win? Some players can get a little bit complacent. Do you think that might happen on Monday night?
Yeah, it could well do. I think the manager would have probably already addressed that in the dressing room last night. I think he would have said, because the players would have been absolutely buzzing about the result, and understandably so. Don't even take into account the fact that West Brom have really struggled under a new manager. We made him look silly yesterday. But that said, I think that the manager would have already, knowing what he's been like in press conferences and how I've seen him with the players on the pitch at the end of the game, he would have already got that message across to the players that they can't be complacent. They've got to fight for every single point that's available. So, yeah, I think human nature they could be, but I don't think they will be.
Okay, excellent. All right. Have you got any questions for us, or me, I should say, because I'm the only one here.
Ollie?
Yeah, obviously you've probably got the best attack in the Championship. Who should we be worried about on Monday night?
As I mentioned already, Hadji Wright has now scored 2 in 2. Sims has got a couple in recent games as well. He got one against Leicester as well. You know, Asante's coming back from injury. You know, we've got 3 players on 10 goals apiece, you know, which is amazing. We've still got Torp there. He's coming back from injury as well. Redoni hasn't quite hit the ground running since he's come back, but looks like he's getting a little bit more up to speed. But Sakamoto, we've got strength in depth now in the wide areas, which we were a little bit short on, especially in this winter period as well, with injuries and things like that, and just burning players out. We don't have to do that now, especially the wide players, because we are so attacking from the wide areas. But like I mentioned already, Sakamoto, we haven't even seen Mini really, so he might get some game time. He might even start against you guys and give Mason Clark a little bit of a rest, or an impact player for when you guys, hopefully are a little bit more tired and he can just run at that defence. That could be the same for SA as well. Sakamoto might start on that right-hand side. Grimes is normally the key. Grimes has had a little bit of a slow spell, shall we say? Is a brilliant. He makes everything tick for us, and if you nullify him, then you normally stop what we do, which is good. But he hasn't played his best, and we've still got the wins. So if Grimes is on it and Grimes can get everything ticking over and we're purring, then hopefully we can attack you. But we are vulnerable at the back. Bobby Thomas is back now as well from his 3-match suspension. So it would be hard on Latti, but I would understand it if he comes straight back into the side, because he just wins pretty much everything in the air for us, and is a threat in the box as well. I think definitely in the Championship, from set plays, I think we're the highest scoring in set plays. I think we might be just in the 20s, or just under the 20s. It might be even the highest in Europe for set plays and things like that, with corners and free kicks, because we are a threat. But like I said, we are vulnerable. I'm not saying that you're not going to be able to score against us, because of late people have. But we've got one hell of a goalkeeper in goal, and Rushworth normally keeps us in games or gives us the 3 points at least. We're looking good. Like I said, we're going to go into confidence as well. We've won our last 2 games, and I think our form is, at the moment, we've won 6 away. We've only lost 3 away from home. We've only lost the 1 at home. So we're going to go in with confidence against you boys. And I think we'll have too much, in all honesty. And obviously I'll come on to predictions in a minute anyway, but I think we'll have too much, really, going forward. Any other questions?
Yeah, I've got some questions for you.
Okay, mate.
So it's a double-edged one. So do you think you'll get promoted to the Premier League automatically, or via the playoffs? And if you do, I'm going to say when you do, because I think you actually will. What sort of money will there be to invest in the squad?
Right. So the first one, if you could guarantee me a playoff win, I'd take the playoffs every day, especially coming over second, because no one really remembers second. You want first or you want playoffs. It's great going up, don't get me wrong. And if you offered me second place, I'd take it. But if you could guarantee me a playoff win, then I'd take the playoff, because it's just an amazing day. You can't, so I'm going to take first place. Do I think we'll go up? I think we'll finish in the top 2. Whether we can actually clinch the Championship, I'm still holding on that we can. but I think Ipswich will get second place if we win, or vice versa. I think it will be us and Ipswich that go up, depending on who gets that top spot. Money-wise, the honest answer is I'm not sure. There'll be a lot of fans out there, that aren't necessarily keen on Doug King as such, really. And I don't think he's going to smash the cash like a Sunderland did this year. Yeah. I hope he does. I hope I'm proved wrong, but I think there'll be a lot of fans that are up in arms because he isn't spending the money, because he'll think that the team that he's got is good enough for the Premier League, and it's probably not, in all honesty. I think we are, like most teams, you're probably 5-6 players short or different, to what got you up there. I think Sunderland, Nottingham Forest, when they stayed up, I think they did the wrong thing because they literally just bought everybody. Yeah. I think Sunderland have done it in a different way, and I think they've bought smart. They haven't just bought loads of people. They've bought Xhaka in. I'd said as soon as they bought him in, that keeps them in the Premier League because he's a Premier League proven midfielder, and he just demands, and he gets what gets you over the line when it comes to the nitty-gritty stuff in that midfield role, and I think that was key for them. If we could get somebody like that in the Premier League, we might stand a chance, but we still need, probably 2 new centre-halves, maybe a left-back. If we could get Rushworth as well on a permanent, if we went up, I think that's key as well. Attacking-wise, I think we'll actually do okay. Yes, you might need one, maybe, a proven Premier League goal scorer, maybe like a Callum Wilson if we could afford, somebody like that that's been there, done it, and can show. But Haji Wright is good enough on his day, but his day isn't very often. He's had 1.5 games, probably. And he's got the grit between his teeth at the moment, but he's got to take that into the Premier League as well, and he's got to do it on a more consistent basis. So, I'm not going to say that we're going to get relegated because I'll never think negatively of us, but it will be a struggle. I think the teams that have gone up this year, especially Leeds and Sunderland, I think they've done a remarkable job.
Agreed.
And I think it's helped with the likes of other teams, Wolves, West Ham, that are poor as well, and you can probably, I'm going to bring Palace into that next year as well, because depending on what happens with them, Glasner looks like he's gone. Mateta looks like he's gone this window. Gay is already gone. So they've got good ways to recruit, but it's going to be hard, regardless. But look, we're going to have the money. So when we come back down, if we come back down, I should say, there's money there. We can rebuild again, and we can go again. And it makes us hopefully stronger for seasons to come. So when we get back to that Premier League again, hopefully we're ready for it that time. I don't think we're quite ready for it at the moment.
Okay, fair shout.
Anything else?
Not from me. Anything for you,
Ollie? No. Okay, we'll go into predictions then. I'll start with you, Ollie, first. What's your prediction for this game?
Yeah, I'm not confident. I think after the 5-0 win, it's you can easily go into this saying, "Oh, this could be an easy game, or we could play a lot better." But I think, like you've mentioned, our recent home form hasn't been great. I think you've got the best attack in the league, and I think you'll win 3-1. To be perfectly honest with you, and I think it will send a lot of fans back into reality because we're nowhere near out of the relegation zone. I think Portsmouth, I think they drew tonight. It was the 90th minute when I last checked anyway. They've got 2 games in hand on us. Blackburn have got a game in hand on us. And if they win them games, we're back down where we were. So, but yeah, I think 3-1 Coventry, personally, in my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. Jez?
As I said earlier, I'm going to take a draw. So I will take a draw now at 1-1. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw, same as the scoreline at Coventry.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I hope you don't time waste like you did at our place. Look, as I've said on here before, you win your home games, you draw your away games, and you'll be somewhere close. I think with Ipswich breathing down our neck, I would we deserve a win. 1 at Carrow Road, and 2, we need to rectify that 2-1 loss that we had last season, and we need to rectify that 1-1 draw that we had at our place, because I think we deserve to win that as well. So I think, and I think like I said before, we've got enough now that we can rotate, and we've got strength off the bench that's been proven over the past couple of games as well. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I think we might concede. I hope we don't, but I think we might. But I'm going to go for 2-1. So I think we do enough to get it over the line on this one. So as always, now I have had. I can't remember if I had you guys on. I'm sure I did.
Yeah, it was.
You guys come on at the start of the season, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go over a few of your.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I've got to, because I've actually just remembered and just seen what you said.
Yeah.
So, first question then. I'll go to Ollie first. Ollie, 1 player to look out for in this game for you guys.
I think it's easy enough to say Jovan McCarmer, in my opinion.
Okay. Jez, is that the same for you?
No, I think he's been very good, but I actually think Ali Ahmed, he's been we've seen an upward trajectory from him recently. So yeah, Ali Ahmed for me.
Nice. Okay. So this is the one. So, Jez, where did you say you would finish at the start of the season?
Did I say, I must have said something like 11th, 10th or 11th or something?
Oh, God, no. Oh,
no. Oh, my God. What did I say?
You said 4th, kidder.
We can still do it. Still mathematically possible.
You reckon, yeah?
Yeah, no, not a chance.
So where do you think you'll finish now?
I'll take, if you took, what would it be, 21st now, which is what the one place above the drop zone, isn't it? I'll take that now. But no, I think 15th. I think we'll finish 15th, which I think, given the start of the season we had, that would probably be a good result for Norwich.
Okay, fair enough. Ollie, where do you think you'll finish?
I'm going to go 18th. I think we'll have enough to stay up comfortably. Yeah, I'll go 18th.
Okay, fair enough. I'll start with you on this one then, Ollie. Where will Cov finish?
I do think you'll go on to win the league. I don't think you have the best squad in the Championship. I do think Ipswich are a better team than you, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I think you had that momentum from the start of the season. You were really good. You had that sort of blip, if you would call it, from the start of December, but you've recently picked up form. I think you'll have enough to get over the line, and you haven't got to play Ipswich again. I don't believe in the league either.
That's right.
Yeah, I think you'll win the league.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Jez, where did you say we'd finish last time?
Was it 5th or 6th? I had you in the playoffs, I think.
You had it 5th. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think I agree with Ollie. I think you'll win the league. I think it'll be first.
Okay, cool. And can you remember the one player, Jez, that you would take off us? Can you remember who you said?
Did I say had you right?
You did, yeah. Is that still the same, or would you change it?
We'd swap one American striker for the other gladly. So.
Ollie, who would you take from Cov? One player?
Jack Radoni for me. I know we need a 10, and he can play there. He's sort of more, he's more attacking minded, I think. Jack Radoni for me.
Okay, fair enough. Right, gents, thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure. You. When we finish recording, don't shoot off if that's okay. We'll have a quick chat afterwards as well. So just remind everyone where we can find you guys.
So it's by Beyond the Barclay. We are as Ollie very kindly mentioned earlier, we are a Norwich fan podcast, available on all the social media channels, and we are also on YouTube as well, and you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify as well. But no, we've been doing it for a year and a half now. Thoroughly enjoyed it. As Ollie mentioned earlier, we are growing our audience as well, which is great. But we interview fans, we interview old players, old managers, local celebrities. that they'd like to call themselves local celebrities, I'm sure. But no, we thoroughly enjoy it. And yeah, thanks for your valued contributions over the years as well, Stuart.
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us as well. Just remember where you can find us, guys. It is scrolling on the ticker at the bottom. We're available on X or Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Remember to please go and like and subscribe. We're sponsored by Right Steel Fabrications. He can do steel fabrication work up and down the country, but mainly in the Coventry and Warwickshire area. We are partnered with the Sky Blue Tavern and Dylan's Brewery, and we've also teamed up with the Sports Social Podcast Network and Sky and Friends Dog Walking and Pet Sitting Services. So on that note, good luck, guys, for the rest of the season, obviously apart from Monday. And for those that are watching tonight, just to let you know that Middlesbrough came back and won 2-1 against Stoke, so they've gone up to second again now. And I think we're now we're 6 points again, top of the league. So play up Sky Blues. Thank you very much.